Welcome back, truth seekers. Today, we're peeling back the layers of flame-grilled deception at Burger King. Sure, their crown sparkles bright with bold ads and flame-kissed burgers, but behind that shiny facade, there's a darker story that insiders are dying to share. Not every menu item deserves your trust. Some look tempting, even nostalgic, but hidden behind the counter, a reality that might make your stomach churn. Employees have spilled the tea, exposing low-quality ingredients, questionable prep practices, and sneaky pricing tactics designed to drain your wallet while delivering less than you deserve. Ever taken a bite and thought, what did I just spend my money on? You're not alone. Some of these items are so bad the workers prepping them would never even touch them. One menu item, believe it or not, they claim barely qualifies as food. If you've been blindly ordering, today might just change everything. Don't make another mistake before watching this shocking list of the 7 Burger King items employees warn you never to buy. Consider this your heads up before your next drive-thru disaster. Smash that like button now for more eye-opening truths. Subscribe to our channel and stick around. What you'll learn next may haunt you. Number 7, the fish sandwich. You might think the fish sandwich is one of those safe options when you're not in the mood for beef or chicken, but the truth? This so-called lighter choice is swimming in disappointment and misery. On paper, it sounds appealing, even sophisticated. A nice flaky fish fillet, soft bun, maybe a touch of tartar sauce. But what you're really biting into is a masterpiece of mediocrity. Burger King employees don't mince words when it comes to this one. The fish patties? Frozen slabs of low-grade fish that have been sitting in the freezer so long they almost feel forgotten. Once they hit the fryer, it's a gamble on texture. Overcooked and rubbery one day, soggy and cold the next. And the flavor? If you can even call it that. Some employees confess they've seen more of these sandwiches tossed in the trash than actually eaten. One worker described it as frozen mush in a bun, and anyone who's had the misfortune of ordering one would probably agree. The sandwich is so lacking in size, it feels more like a sad sample than a real menu item. BK tries to sell it with a heavy coat of nostalgia, banking on memories of a time when it may have actually been decent. But make no mistake, the fish sandwich today is a shadow of its former self. If you're tempted to give it a try, stop right there. Do yourself a favor and channel that craving elsewhere. A trip to the supermarket deli or even a seafood chain will give you a fresher, tastier option that actually feels worth your money. Burger King built its empire on flame-grilled beef, and when it comes to fish, they're hopelessly out of their depth. Order this, and not only will you be disappointed, but you might start questioning all your dining decisions. Number 6, mozzarella sticks. Who doesn't love mozzarella sticks? The crispy shell, the gooey center, and that perfect cheese pull that has you drooling just thinking about it. But what you're imagining is worlds away from what Burger King actually serves. Their mozzarella sticks? Let's just say they're a walking disappointment. Former employees have no shortage of warnings about this so-called crowd favorite, and once you hear them, you'll steer clear for good. First, the preparation. Words like rushed and careless come up again and again. The result is sticks that range from rock-hard and over-fried to limp, soggy disasters that barely hold it together. Quality control, if it even exists, seems non-existent here. Every order feels like rolling the dice, except the odds are never in your favor. But the real crime, the cheese, or lack thereof. One bite, and instead of that heavenly gooiness we all crave, you're met with either a rubbery mouthful of processed sadness, or worse, an empty shell of fried breading. That's right, no cheese at all. BK mozzarella sticks are the epitome of false advertising. One customer described it as biting into pure disappointment, and the sentiment couldn't be more accurate. Even when the cheese is there, it barely delivers. It's flat, flavorless, and undeniably processed. Employees admit these sticks are cooked in bulk and left under warmers for far too long, leading to wildly inconsistent results. Some leave the fryer hard as rocks, while others practically dissolve in the box before you've even opened it. Smarter swap? If you're craving something cheesy, opt for a simple cheeseburger off the value menu. It's reliable, hot, and actually delivers. Mozzarella sticks at BK are nothing more than a cruel illusion, preying on our love of fried cheese. Don't fall for the trap. Trust us, once you bite into these sticks of despair, you'll wish you had never ordered in the first place. Number 5, Whopper Jr. Ah, the Whopper Jr. This was once a beacon of value, a smaller, more affordable option for those who loved the flame-grilled flavor without committing to the full Whopper. But these days, it's nothing more than a sad shell of its former self, and employees have spilled the beans on just how bad it's gotten. Here's the thing. The Whopper Jr. is the perfect example of fast food shrinkflation. Over the years, its portion size has practically vanished while the price keeps creeping higher. What used to feel like a solid, satisfying burger now feels like an overpriced snack. Employees say it's 90% lettuce and bun with a patty so thin it might as well be paper. And don't be fooled by the toppings. Sure, the burger is drenched in ketchup, mayo, and pickles, but it's all a smokescreen to distract you from the lack of actual meat. This isn't a burger, it's a topping sandwich. One former worker said it best: customers unwrap it and just stare, wondering where the beef actually is. But the worst part? BK still markets the Whopper Jr. as a budget-friendly value item, hoping you won't notice how little you're actually getting. By the time you take your first bite, the realization hits like a ton of bricks. You're essentially paying for lettuce and nostalgia, not flavor or quality. If you're really looking to stretch your dollar, skip the Whopper Jr. entirely. A smarter move would be to build your own combo using items off the value menu. Get 2 cheeseburgers, toss in some fries, and you'll walk away much more satisfied without falling for the illusion that the Junior is a deal. Burger King knows what it's doing with the Whopper Jr. They're betting on customers clinging to its past reputation, all while giving you less and charging you more. Don't fall for it. Demand more for your money, because this so-called value burger does nothing but take advantage of loyal fans who deserve far better. Number 4, chicken fries. At first glance, chicken fries might seem like the ultimate snack food. Crispy, easy to share, and sold as an elevated fast food experience. But the truth? They're more like a marketing stunt than a mouth-watering treat. According to employees, chicken fries are nothing more than thin, overprocessed chicken strips repackaged to look trendy while leaving your taste buds thoroughly unimpressed. Here's the dark reality. Those enticing crispy sticks you see on the menu? They've likely been sitting under heat lamps for way too long. Employees reveal they dry out quickly, losing all moisture and turning rubbery. By the time you get your order, you're biting into something barely warm, chewy, and borderline lifeless. The illusion of fresh and crispy dies the second you take your first disappointing bite. And it gets worse. These aren't just subpar in taste, they're a total ripoff. You'd think paying extra means better quality, right? Wrong. You're shelling out more money for less food. Essentially, you're investing in clever packaging and branding while the product itself crumbles under scrutiny. One former employee put it plainly: they only look good, they taste like cardboard dipped in disappointment. For what you pay, you deserve something way better. Smarter swap? Stick with the regular nuggets. They're cheaper, juicier, and surprisingly hold their heat and texture much better. Plus, you won't feel scammed by an overpriced box of what amounts to glorified chicken twigs. Resist the allure of chicken fries. They might look trendy, but they're the ultimate fast food mirage, with nothing but regret hiding behind that crispy coating. Number 3, BK stackers with multiple patties. When you see BK stackers in the ads, they're hard to resist. Stacks of juicy beef, sizzling bacon, melted cheese, and BK's signature sauce all piled high in a burger that seems almost too impressive to be real. And there's one big reason for that. It isn't real. Employees are here to warn you that those towering masterpieces you see in commercials bear no resemblance to the messy disaster you're handed in real life. Here's the dirt. Workers admit these oversized burgers are thrown together as quickly as possible, with assembly line preparation leading to a complete lack of quality control. By the time it lands in your hands, it's a lukewarm pile of beef and toppings sliding out of the soggy bun. The bacon is inevitably cold, the cheese half melted, and the sauce? It's soaked through the bread, turning it into a wet, unappetizing mess. And all this chaos doesn't come cheap. BK stackers carry a hefty price tag, which makes their failure to deliver that much harder to swallow. You might think you're paying for abundance, but what you're really buying is an overpriced burger that collapses on itself before you even take a bite. One employee put it best: it might look loaded, but it just falls apart into disappointment. Smarter swap? Skip the gimmicks and stick to the double cheeseburger from the value menu. Customize it to your liking, add extra toppings or sauces, and you'll get almost the same flavor without the steep price or the structural disaster. Bigger doesn't always mean better, and when it comes to BK stackers, more often means more mess, less satisfaction. Number 2, frozen drinks. Iced teas. These colorful slushy drinks are hard to ignore. They're bright, cold, and practically scream summertime fun. But don't be fooled by their vibrant colors and frosted presentation. According to employees, frozen drinks at BK are one of the dirtiest secrets lurking behind the counter. Here's what you don't see in the commercials. The machines pumping out these frozen beverages require frequent, thorough cleaning. But employees admit that cleaning is often skipped or rushed, and the results are horrifying. Imagine sour, off-flavored syrup blending with melted ice and stale residues clinging to the machine's interior. If you've ordered one of these and been caught off guard by a strange aftertaste, now you know why. One employee didn't mince words, stating, "If the machine hasn't been cleaned in days, you'll taste it." That inexplicable chemical tang? It's not some new exotic flavor. It's poor maintenance mixed with artificial sweeteners failing to cover up the machinery's neglect. And the nightmare doesn't stop there. These drinks are also terrible value for your money. They're 90% crushed ice and sugar, leaving you with almost no actual liquid. What you're really paying for is the illusion of refreshment, complete with a sugar crash that hits harder than the aftertaste. Smarter swap? Skip the slushie and go for a fountain soda if you need something cold. Better yet, skip BK drinks completely and keep your cash in your wallet. When it comes to these overpriced, sugar-laden ice cups, the fun ends before it even begins. Number 1. Salads. This one might be the most egregious offender on the list. If you're ordering a salad at Burger King, it's time to take a very long, hard look in the mirror. A fast food chain built on burgers, fries, and flame-grilled meat has no business pretending to deliver healthy options. But BK still offers salads, even though employees openly admit they're the worst items on the menu. Why is that? For starters, salads at VK are the least ordered items on the entire menu, and when food doesn't move quickly, it sits. Ingredients like lettuce and vegetables aren't made to sit for days, but that's exactly what happens at Burger King. By the time you get your salad, the lettuce is wilted, the toppings are rubbery, and the croutons could probably double as building materials. One former employee didn't hold back, saying, "If you've got your heart set on eating healthy, don't eat here. The salads are nothing more than an attempt to pull in health-conscious customers." But when the ingredients are poorly prepped, barely checked for freshness, and kept far beyond their prime, it's clear this menu item is just a marketing gimmick. Don't even get started on the price. You're paying a premium for something that barely qualifies as food. By the time you get halfway through, you're questioning why you even ordered it in the first place. Smarter swap? If you're after a healthy meal, you're already in the wrong place. Head to a grocery store deli or a dedicated salad spot. You'll get fresher ingredients, more satisfying portions, and a meal that doesn't leave you regretting every bite. Burger King salads are proof that sometimes trying to be something you're not doesn't just fail, it fails spectacularly. Leave the greens to the pros and stick to what BK does best, because when it comes to salads, they're completely out of their depth. Now that you've uncovered the shocking truth behind the 7 Burger King items employees warn you to never buy, you've got something few others do: the knowledge to outsmart the system. Those glossy commercials, the flashy packaging, the tempting value deals, they're all part of a clever game designed to lure you into paying for disappointment. But now, you're one step ahead. Think about it. How many times have you fallen for it? Ordered something thinking it was a steal, only to find out it's barely edible or wildly overpriced? It's frustrating, right? And it stops here. Drop a comment below and tell me which item surprised you the most. Or maybe you've got a fast food nightmare of your own to share. I read all your stories, and trust me, someone else has been there too. If this video saved you from wasting your cash or gave you a behind-the-scenes look you didn't expect, smash that like button. Not only does it help more people dodge these menu traps, but it also shows us you're here for the real, unfiltered truth. And don't forget to subscribe, because every week we're peeling back the curtains to reveal what businesses don't want you to know. Remember, this isn't about tearing down Burger King or fast food altogether. It's about making sure you, the customer, are armed with the facts to spend smarter and eat better. The last thing you need is to be stuck paying for meals that leave you hungry, upset, or downright regretting your order. Thanks for watching, and stick around. The next time a fast food gimmick tries to trick you, you'll be ready. See you in the next video.